What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 14th of June, 2015. So sorry I did not do a report last week. I just had so much going on last minute. I just ran out of time. But I did put out some stuff through the week, a couple videos, and I put some stuff out on Facebook and Twitter. So always follow me over there. Those links are always at the bottom if you want those breaking news alerts. On with the news. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all the madness I'm going to give you. Of course, everybody knows the top story, what's going on down in Dallas, Texas. This guy now, the official story is he officially goes in and shoots up the police department headquarters, and then drives into a cop. They open fire in an armored van. At the end of the day, we watched it all day yesterday. At the end of the day, he's dead, and they blow the van up because it might be rigged with explosives. Apparently, there was explosive devices planted around the police department headquarters, one or two of which I think exploded. This is the official story. Now, supposedly they had problems with this guy in the past. If you look back in 2013, there's some problems with his family. He was emotionally disturbed and all this stuff. And apparently this time around he was upset about the police got his child taken away or some sort of custody thing. And the police were also calling him a terrorist. This is all the official story. Do I buy the official story? I don't know what to believe anymore, and I don't really think it matters. I mean, it matters to people like us, but does it matter to the average person? Because you know what? I wrote down some notes. You know how this is going to be used. This is why cops need to be militarized. I've seen Judge Janine had this cop up here talking about how Obama just tried to take away, military equipment, and he said this is why Obama's wrong. This is why the police departments need to be armed with military grade, because look at this guy with this armored truck shooting up the place. They're talking about how is it that people can be this disgruntled against the police department? Are they not paying attention? Google the words police state. And then ask yourselves why people can possibly be disgruntled with the police in this country. I'm not saying what he did was right if it was in fact the official story, but sooner or later people are going to get pissed off enough to react. You just can't keep killing people and smash people's heads into the ground and expect people to just say, oh well, respect the police. The good cops need to start getting the bad cops in check. That's the only way this is going to get better. If not, it's only going to get worse. Anyway, there's a lot of other stuff going on. I don't mean to go on a rant about this first story, but do I believe the official story? Who knows? I'll give you the official link. I'll also give you a live leak. The top video is where he ran into the cops. Bottom video is actually, I don't know if that was a cop or a bystander, almost took a bullet in the head. Definitely pull it up and check out that second video if you want to hear what a bullet sounds like going like 1 inch past your head. Zoom, sounds just like the movies. Check it out. I don't believe it's fake. Also got one from Before It's News, Dallas PD standoff psyop, what we know so far. It's from Before It's News, but some interesting stuff on this page, including how the van was apparently bought on eBay and all this, and might have belonged to the Dallas Police Department in the beginning. Who knows? We got other stuff going on. Police state in America sends 450 cops to illegally search people's homes looking for escaped prisoners. You got this Shawshank Redemption kind of prison break going on, and you got Boston Part 2 going on at the same time. This whole prison break, is this real or is it Memorex? This is craziness. How do these guys get like a plasma cutter to cut perfect lines in this pipe and in the wall? And now they're saying there was a prison guard, she was in on it, and her husband might have been in on it, and they made me feel special, and this is just freaking madness, people. Are you kidding me? That makes a hell of a distraction, though, doesn't it, while you got the G7 and the Bilderberg meeting going on. I'll put this link black. This is news. I'm sure everybody's already aware of the prison break anyway. Other news going on. U.S. officials say massive breach of federal personal data. Now, this is from June 4th. I believe there's a newer one just recently where they said they stole everybody's information in the government. I'll give you this link. You know what that says to me? Internet control. In fact, look at this, what's going on in the background while you got the Dallas shooting and the prison break going on. FCC net neutrality rules take effect despite industry objections. Be advised, controlled internet on the way. It is now classified as a utility. Think about that. Your Newswire puts this out. California lawmakers pass mandatory vaccine bill amid protest. Also going on in the background, mandatory vaccine passed in California. Please tell me your thoughts on that. Nearly 50 Indiana students test positive for tuberculosis. This came out June 7. I think I got one more of these. Google goes up against Amazon in billion-dollar race to get your DNA into the cloud. Not only are they going to force vaccinate everybody, they want your DNA into the cloud. I wonder why. This from the Daily Mail, come out on June 5. One more in the general bin. While all this stuff is going on, Monsanto proposes to change its name to escape its PR woes. Well, that's a hell of a graphic. Look at that. It's like a plant growing out of the top of a skeleton head. Anyway, over to financial news. How the Dow Jones did this week. It looks like it fell 140 points. For the week, it was actually up 49 points. 17,898, just below 18,000. And you want to see what a jobless recovery looks like? HSBC preparing to cut jobs. May cut 20,000 jobs. 20,000 people being cut from HSBC. That's a lot of people. That from Bloomberg Business. Meanwhile, look at this. You want to see how this country's changing? Pink slips at Disney. But first, train foreign replacements. They are getting rid of people at Disney, but you have to train your foreign replacement, I believe, from India first. You don't mind, do you? Give it a link to that. IRS finally admits illegals can get back taxes under Obama amnesty. This from the Washington Times. I don't see a date. I know it's recent, though. Obamacare insurance premium increases could spike by 50%. Hope and change. Speaking of that, if you're not insured, 50 hospitals charge uninsured people more than 10 times cost of care study fines. Another one from the Washington Post. Does that surprise anyone? In government financial news, report reveals $8.5 trillion missing from Pentagon budget. This came out June 2, 2015. I wonder where that went. Dumbs anyone? U.S. offers $20 million bounty for ISIS leaders. Does the money really talk? $20 million of taxpayer money to track. You don't mind, do you? We got a couple more in the financial bin. Wounded Warrior, speaking of the war, Wounded Warrior charity fights to get rich. Check that out from the Daily Beast. And one more, writing on the wall. Now look at this. Is this Jade Helm related financial news? Texas pulls $1 billion in gold from New York Fed. Makes it non-confiscatable. As we move over to New World Order Police State News, I did have a couple more notes on that shooting down in Dallas. They were using the word militia and they were using the word patriot. Does that surprise anyone? Also, on the prison break, a couple New World Order related. Judge Janine and this cop was talking about should we microchip all prisoners in this country? Think about that. We told you that the microchip would be brought in under whatever kind of pretext that they could probably sell to the public to make it sound good. Well, if these guys were microchipped, we can track them. Do you see what's going on here? Just wanted to mention that. Also, another thing that cop said about the Dallas shooting, we're not in Kansas anymore. We need to militarize the police. Just saying. On with New World Order and Police State News. Sorry to go on such a long rant about that, but it's craziness, people. California police caught on camera viciously beating mentally ill man. This came out in June 8, 2015, and you wonder why people have a problem with the police in this country. Graphic body cam footage shows killer cop as he murders an innocent, unarmed man June 3rd from the Free Thought Project. Not sure where. Does it really matter? Somewhere in Nazi America. East Texas police shut down girls' lemonade stand. Demand they get a permit. Demand they get a permit to sell lemonade. Put a link to it from Y News Now. ABC 10 has this owner of home blown apart by SWAT team, says this is an abomination. Apparently they blew up his entire house looking for a shoplifter. Put a link to it. Texas policeman suspended after pulling gun on T. Well, I think he has since resigned, hasn't he? This 15-year-old girl sitting on the ground. Apparently she poses so much of a threat, because you can tell she's heavily armed and everything, that he has to grab her arm and twist it around and put her face down in the ground and says, "On your face!" And you want people to respect the police? Take a look at the video, Yahoo News. Unbelievable. Texas tyranny. Waco judge to let bikers go only if they sign contract promising not to sue for wrongful arrest. Yeah, right. I hope they sue your asses. Orange County schools to monitor students on social media. This is out of Florida. Orlando, Florida, AP. Put a link to that. Now, this is an older article here, but while they're going on in Dallas demonizing gun owners, once again, let me remind you, school starts toy gun buyback program to teach children guns are bad. This is the New America. Of course, this is an older article, but just wanted to throw that in there as all this anti-gun talk is about to ramp up again, I guarantee you. Car equipped with breathalyzers suggested by U.S. Department of Transportation. How'd you like your car, every car in America, to be equipped with a breathalyzer so you can't drink and drive? Well, that sounds like a great Nazi police state. Let's do it. How secretive is the Trans-Pacific Partnership? CNN's actually questioning the TPP? What? Over to World War III news. Let's start off with Iran. Iran already violating agreement, developing nuclear missiles. Okay, well, this is a new article here. Of course they are. Complete takeover. Israel unleashed one of the world's most sophisticated cyber weapons on the Iran talks. This came out June 10 from Yahoo News. We got National Journal. Syrian Electronic Army claims responsibility for hacking U.S. Army website. Put a link to this. Meanwhile, I guess China's getting mixed up in some of this too. China says hacking claims irresponsible. Ask for more trust. This came out June 5, 2015. Speaking of China, China warns of World War III unless the U.S. backs down on South China Sea. This June 4, 2015. World War III, anyone? Meanwhile, Armageddon strikes. Massive cloud sparks Russian nuclear attack panic. Okay, false alarm, but it could have been World War III. I don't know. Speaking of Russia, RAF Typhoons intercept 2 Russian military aircraft. This from MSN News 4 days ago. Put a link to that. Not sure what's going on there. Report says Russia and China crack Snowden docks. Really? 12 hours ago from the Daily Beast. Wonder what's going to come of that. Meanwhile, Obama says U.S. lacks complete strategy for training Iraqis. We are going to be sending more U.S. troops to Iraq. Wait, I thought we were bringing them home and in the wars. And no, we got the new Durka. We got to go fight these guys there, so we don't have to fight them here. One more in the World War III. Then U.S. is posed to put heavy weaponry in Eastern Europe. June 13, 2015 from the New York Times. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. Earthquake news 3.2 out of California on 6.7, 6.0 out of Malaysia on 6.4. 7.8 out of Japan, 5:30. These are kind of old. I put this link from USGS. Big quakes on the left, small quakes on the right. A lot of small quakes. It's rocking and rolling all over the place out there. You know, when you think about earthquakes, think about the fact that CERN has fired up. LHC Season 2, First Physics at 13 TeV to start tomorrow. Of course, this was back on June 3rd. But, you know, 1.21 gigawatts, let's blow up the Earth at CERN. The Weekly Standard says use RICO laws to prosecute global warming skeptics. Really, this June 2nd, 2015. What do you think about that? If you're a global warming skeptic, we need to prosecute you. No freedom of speech here. Indonesia volcano at high alert level as it unleashes fresh burst. This came out June 9, 2015. A lot of other volcanoes active around the Ring of Fire. We got from the Sunday Times, U.S. water bandits tap into drought. Apparently people are stealing water in California. Put a link to that. Meanwhile, over in China, 60% of China's underground water not fit for human consumption, says Beijing. Wow, that from RT on the 6th. We got, look at this, sea creatures fall from the sky in Arkansas town. What is this? June 5. What the hell is that thing? They got a video on it. Check it out. Creepy. And one more. We got a strange in the Earth changes in 2012 bin also covers space as well. Thrusters on the Soyuz spacecraft station fire unexpectedly. What's up with that? Anybody see the movie Space Cowboys? What exactly is out there in space, and what might it malfunction and do? Over to strange and bizarre news. Got some strange news this week. Look at this. Call the police. Woman destroys convenience store because they were out of Skittles. You have got to pull it up and check out the video. She did just that. This is your brain on Skittles, yo. Meanwhile, shocking video shows 2 women in the savage Walmart brawl when the people of Walmart get into fistfights. Check it out from Top Right Wing News. Put a link to it. Right wing, no, Top Right News, something like that. I don't know. FDA panel supports female libido drug with risk of management plan. Maybe those 2 chicks in that last video need this pill here. Female Viagra, I guess. I don't know. CNBC. Meanwhile, speaking of sexual matters, dad files police report over school trip to Smitten Kitten sex toy store. I don't know what the problem is. We always went to the sex toy store in school. You know, that was always a great field trip. I always went that day. A couple more here. We got Pope Francis to followers. Koran and Holy Bible are the same. What? I don't know. Put this from the Washington Post. Speaking of religion, marijuana-based religious group schedules first service. Right on. You want to get high? A couple more. We got things are tough on the streets of Chicago with all these firework fights. Pull it up. Check out the video. It's only less than 2 minutes long, but a Roman candle fight right in the middle of the hood. I mean, that's pretty entertaining to watch. I don't know. One more. We got Godzilla is now officially a citizen of Japan. Go Godzilla! For all other news, please check my favorite videos. I have favorited tons of videos over the past week or two. Definitely pull it up, scan over the titles, see if there's anything over there you don't know about. All kinds of fresh content. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. I do add some shout-outs this week. Shout out to WeAreChange, the only journalist to ever be inside Bilderberg during lockdown. They put out a great video here. It's got 40,000 views already. Make that one viral. Bilderberg going on. Don't see the mainstream media talking about that at all, but WeAreChange is there. FBI agent held for psychiatric evaluation for warning plot start World War III. Shout out to Mary Greeley. She did a great video on that. She's got all the info on that. Shout out to DeSardi. Let me be the first to violate the latest presidential directive. Apparently, it's going to be illegal to talk about guns on the internet because they're so top secret. Check out his video. He does a good job of explaining that. Shout out to Montagraph, who did a video about, I believe it was a teacher out of Florida who was fired for giving his opinion on something that happened in Texas. So much is going on, I can't remember, but definitely check his video out. He's got the links and information on that. Should people be fired because they had an opinion on Facebook? I don't know. And shout out to T2 Darlanton. You know, if you just want to spend 20 minutes listening to an intelligent person ramble about how great the 80s were, back to the 80s rant, T2 Darland, old school YouTuber. You know, not really into a lot of the news and politics that we are, but he's just a guy that I subscribe to because I think he's intelligent. I like to hear him talk about random stuff. Put his link at the bottom. That's all I got, guys. If you'd like to report, please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see again. Please rate, though. It does help it move around. Like I said, you can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, new upload alerts, always posted there when they're up. I will be posting breaking news throughout the week when I can't make videos as needed. You know, sorry, I'm kind of loud. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm just like Fire Marshal Bill on this one. Let me tell you something! But this is what happens when I don't do a report for 2 weeks. It's like I got all this energy and I got to give you all this news. It's madness. Tell me your thoughts on what happened in Texas. Tell me your thoughts on the prison break. Tell me your thoughts on what's going to happen next. It's going to be a crazy summer, guys. Happy June. Have a great summer. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. I will see you on the next one.